Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, MaryAnne's Mystic Mansions. I'm MaryAnne. Thank you so much for stopping in. I love being here with you so much. And thank you for my subscribers and all the likes and comments and new and returning viewers. I absolutely love you. This is a special time. It's my sacred, special space. And welcome to my Sun Love series that I started last month. And so basically what I did was I went around the astrology wheel once so far, and now I'm going to do it again. And I had streamlined it so I knew I would start from Aries and then work my way around Pisces, knowing the first sun sign and then randomly picking the second. And I wasn't sure how I was going to do it this time. For the second time around, I'm going to do it the same way. It made sense. I did it just before though, because I didn't want to have there more of a chance of getting duplicates and just for time's sake. So today I'm reading for the two sun signs of Aries and Libra. That excited me. I just want to say right off the bat, what I'm going to do is I'm going to express a little bit about each sign and their element and their personality traits, you know, to a certain extent. I'm going to keep it a little shorter though now because I have done kind of lengthy ones with my other videos, and you can always check that if you want to click on, or, you know, like I said, I'll for newness with people just coming in, and in all fairness, I will describe, like I said, a little bit what I think the strengths are and the differences and why I believe you're connecting, you know, because there's so many variables and there's a lot more than the 12, you know, you figure there's 12 astrology signs and then you can have, well, at least 11, no, actually 12 different possibilities with each sign. So it goes on, but it is just the sun sign. And the sun sign represents our personality. It is the vibrancy of us. It is the month we're born. It is our egos, our intentions, how we want to be seen to people, how we want to, you know, the things we like and the people we like to gravitate towards. And it's been a phenomenal study for me. So yes, but it is just the sun, and we are many, many signs. So always do yourself a favor and check your birth chart, because it's going to bring such depth and clarity and understanding to way more than just your birth sign, you know, your sun sign, I should say. But I'm also going to then finish with your tarot and oracle and divination reading for today, which is July 13th, 2020, my brother's birthday. Happy birthday, Clay. Cancer season. And then under 4 major categories, and then reading, I changed it up a little bit. I will be reading from some of my favorite oracles, the messages just for the two of you and the connection. So I'm going to shuffle a little bit as I go along. They've been shuffled. I like to keep it fresh and new. So the energies are specifically for all the Aries and Libras. So let's start with Aries, because Aries is the first sign. Aries is a cardinal sign. Aries is the initiator. It initiates spring. All cardinal signs have to do with all the different seasons. Interestingly enough, Libra is also a cardinal sign. So for opposites, meaning there's 6 planets apart from each other, polar opposites on the astrology wheel, there's a lot of beautiful complementary and attractive energy with these two. So yes, they're both cardinal. Aries is ruled by the planet Mars. Mars is aggression and fiery and, you know, the symbol of war and so forth, but also just that active, fiery kind of determination, and that you're going to find that in Aries. Oh my gosh, I have not met an Aries. My dad was an Aries. He was a quiet Aries, and they do exist. However, he was absolutely knowing what he wanted, and he made sure that he provided for his kids throughout my entire life. And he was just such a giving and caring, beautiful, beautiful energy. So he was interested in a lot of things, and Aries are. They're adventurous, you know, they're impulsive. They're kind of like, let's do this. They're not necessarily patient. They want to start something, and sometimes they get that shiny little object over there, like a child, that newness of the new, you know, season, the beginning. They have that kind of naivete, kind of what you see is what you get. And they'll start this and then they go over there before they finished it, and it happens, right? It's a general statement, but I think a lot of Aries can relate to that. basically they are exactly what they profess to be. There's a lot of earnest honesty to them. There's that sense of confidence that they exude, you know, even the quiet ones. Usually in charge, authoritarian, you know, they are fun. They are a lot of fun and intelligent. Yeah, they're doers. They're movers and shakers. That's all I can say. I've met many and I've enjoyed many Aries. And what else can I say? So a masculine sign, yes. Aries is a masculine, as is Libra. So there, once again, you've got that kind of this common denominator. And we had Mars move into Aries about a week or so ago. Don't quote me, but it wasn't long ago. And that's going to be in Aries for 6 months. So there's going to be noticeable energy for the collective, you know, everybody. But interestingly enough, well, Libra is the 7th sign, and that's all about relationships. So, in fact, in general, Libra just absolutely loves relationships. Libra's an air sign. Libra is a communicator. Libra is interested in intellect and communication and thought and learning and expanding, you know, the mind and just, you know, connecting, and extremely interested in relationships of all kind, but also definitely love. Venus is the ruling planet for Libra. So Venus is definitely about love. It's about beauty, art, money. So you're going to find a lot of Libras are very comfortable in beautiful surroundings and honestly, physically kind of disturbed and affected when things are not aesthetically nice on the eyes, or there's, you know, kind of harshness or cruelty of any kind. All of these things are very, very difficult for Libra, who wants justice and fairness. They are the scales, they are the balancing, the equilibrium sign, right? Always striving for that. And usually have it the most, feeling the most balanced when they're in a relationship, whether it's a relationship of romance or good friends. It's really a big part of who they are, and I think it's essential that they have that in their lives. So an Aries is not so much hell-bent, if you will, excuse the expression, on that, but when an Aries decides to be in a relationship, they are devoted to it completely. There is never been an Aries I have seen that has not put everything they are in that passion, fire, and drive into making that relationship work. And they will do it for as long as they can, unless there's circumstances that are just completely not able to be worked out. Okay, so they're gonna go the mile with that, and Libras are loving that. Libras will get spoiled by Aries. They are definitely super generous, and they love to give, and they love the best. I will say that I meet very few Aries that buy things that are because they're less expensive. Aries is going to buy the best because in their mind and their theory is it'll last longer. You get what you pay for. And my dad taught me that too. And I wasn't always able to do that. But what I received from him was always the highest quality, even with, well, I'm from a family of 9 kids. So it was interesting. We made it work, but he taught me that, and he's absolutely right. So yeah, there's this beautiful affinity to the energy. Libra loves excitement. Libra loves fun. Libra loves adventure. And they love the strength and that confidence that they see in an Aries, and they like the independence because Libras are very independent too. So within this beautiful connection, the two of them can have great relationship, but also have their individual lives, which is super important for everybody. But I think that these two polar opposites really kind of get that. And I think that's what makes it last and definitely adds to the beauty of this connection. And this is, like I said, on all levels of love, friendships, work connections, partnerships. So as an example, Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelo are Libra and Aries. And I mean, they kind of outlived a lot of the celebrity Hollywood, relationships, and they're going strong. They just work they work well as a partnership. To me, I've always felt that if you have the communication, so we're going back to where this is the sun sign, and yes, it's important to have this connection with the two sun signs, but if your moon, rising, certainly Venus, the planet of love, sensuality, sexuality, how you are in the bedroom together, very important, but Mercury, if you have those 5 signs and they are connecting and compatible, more so than not, because we can all be compatible, you know what I mean, you really absolutely will establish how your relationship is going to end up and be, and how long it will last and so forth. It's phenomenal, and it's beautiful, and it's written in the stars for us. There for us to follow and use as a guide. You know, we have free will, of course. So overall, I'm just saying this is a beautiful connection on many levels, and for easy, simple reasons, you know? So yes, the Aries has a fiery temperament. It does. And you know, Libra doesn't like to be in confrontation, and it likes to kind of smooth things out. And they're going to do whatever they can, even if it's holding back on what they believe. So that's going to be important for the Aries if the Aries loses their temper. And of course they're going to. Everybody does. But the Aries gets over it quickly. You know, and they'll apologize, and they'll buy you candy and roses and, you know, a couple of outfits and so forth if they can. And they mean it. They really are sorry. They probably even forget why they got upset. And they're going to understand and kind of go with Libra's indecisiveness at times, which is really just trying to see all sides of a situation. It can be quite exhausting, trying to find that balance, you know, and work with people and be just and fair. Super important to Libras. Aries likes that. Aries likes to be around people that are true, you know, authentic, and they can see through people when they're not. So that's the two. That's the combination, and it's really exciting, and I don't think it's ever boring. But like everything, you know, you work through things that you want to have work, and you show that respect and that acceptance with less expectation. And those 3 elements alone, you could be even with anybody pretty much. But I love this combination. So let's read about your astrology. So today being the July 13th, like I said, so this will definitely be affected today, but then onward for the rest of the month. And may I just say that with the astrological aspects happening right now, this is a very powerful week. I don't want to go into too much detail, but I will say that Mercury stationed forward, thank goodness, it will change the dynamic sometimes instantly, and I'm already feeling the change in my body, because it was in retrograde Cancer for a while, and this was all about our communications in our relationships of all kinds, in, you know, in delays and waiting and wanting to hear information and getting confusion about what's being said and not hearing anything at all, and just that stopping. So it's a forward momentum. Venus went forward, like I said. That really helps all relationships. And then, so the other retrograde planets that are remaining, they're the outer planets. They just kind of go to sleep. Yeah, we feel it, but not like those personal ones. So thank goodness for that. If you've had issues, and I understand it because of a lot of the retrograde, and because of the powerful influences of the lunar eclipses, the solar eclipses, you know, 3 in a row. Changes are imminent, and they're erratic, and you know, they affect us all. That's smoothing itself out. So I'm super happy about that, and I'm happy to send that message. And so I'm going to start with the foundation, and you have the Hierophant, Major Arcana. This is the a structure, hierarchy. It always pertains a lot of times to religion, spirituality, you know, systems. It can definitely have to do with marriages and commitments. And perhaps that's a few of you watching where you've decided that you're going to get married. You know, you've gone through a lot, and it strengthens people when they go through traumatic and difficult times, as long as you persevere through it. Well, you two are very capable of that. I feel like you're kind of brushing off the residual and knowing that we can get stronger. And yes, things are still the same in a lot of ways, but they are absolutely changing. And if our thoughts and our feelings and our connections with each other that are strong and loving, like, you can get through so much more. So this is beautiful. This is our spirituality, our religious beliefs. This is, structures. This is, I'm just trying to think, just regular systems that are done, like, even possibly legal aspects, but it generally relates to our religious and our spiritual beliefs, and knowing that we've got that guidance, knowing it's there for us, and marriage and connection and just divine intervention and support. It's really, really beautiful. And it's also, once again, it's really about us continuing to go inside and seek our answers that are absolutely there. This is like, not completely, but it definitely relates and reminds me of the High Priestess. And that's where we have the ability to connect and kind of go within, which has been happening a lot. We're in Cancer season, so there's a lot of emotion, a lot of heart-opening chakra areas for our loved ones, our families, helping others, really wanting to reach out. And that's what this whole thing is about. So I love that for your foundation. That's basically the card catalyst that's led to this reading. And so we're going to read the 4 categories, like I mentioned, and I'll explain them as I go along. Bear with me as I do the layout here. I am using the Gilded Tarot by Sarah Machete, which is one of my most beautiful and favorite decks. Haven't had that in a while, so I wanted to change it up from the beginning readings. And also, I've picked 3 of my beautiful oracles. I changed that up as well, just to kind of keep things moving and fresh. This is the Relaxed deck, so I like to read it as a mantra, because we all need to relax in our hearts and our minds and really kind of release the stresses and such, so we can continue to heal and moving forward in our lives. Okay, so bear with me. Like I said, I'll just do, and this is the beautiful Wisdom of the Hidden Realm by Colette Baron Reid. The messages are so uplifting and beautiful, and they give us clarity and encouragement for me, and I believe you'll agree with that. This is just for the 2 of you. And then, last but not least, I'm going to actually read the Doreen Virtue Healing with the Angels, and what our angel specific message is for you for the remainder of the month. Now, if you don't feel the energies right away, know that they are fluid, as is the energies of these, like I said, the eclipses. They can bring things in quickly and end things quickly, and that's happened many times in my own life as well. But it can also carry on for upwards of 6 months. So be listening and understanding what it is that the messages may be for you. It can happen, like I said, throughout the remainder of the year. So the first card for you is under your overall energy for the month, and you have the Knight of Cups. Ooh, that's about our heart. Once again, this is the element of water. That's our emotions. That's our love. That's our devotion. That is our willingness to fill our cups and be happy and think in those terms, because you've got to be happy in life, and even through difficult times, spending and taking that time to share some fun times, whatever it is super important for you both. The Knight offers information about maybe a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces that may be affecting the 2 of you, or friendships, maybe going away with these friends, or basically the Knight offers information on whatever element that is, and this is about the heart. So I don't know, there's so many variables, but it feels really beautiful. It feels loving. It does connect very well with the remaining energies that are still happening in Cancer. Our receptivity, our intuition, our sensitivities, and the deepest part of us that loves really strongly, that's opening up, and it's been open and it's still open. And that's really beautiful, especially for a connection reading. I love connection readings, so interesting to say. And perhaps if you haven't been with your specific connection, you might be hearing some news about him coming, or she. There's no gender related to either sign, because it could be either one, of course. And that's pretty beautiful right off the bat. So yeah. The next category is under possible blessings or obstacles, and you have Cups yet again. A lot of beautiful emotional and fulfillment coming up. The Nine of Cups? Oh my gosh, I thought it was a 7. I'm glad I have my glasses. Wishes fulfilled. Wow, okay, so this is making perfect sense, because like I said, I read what I see, and I absolutely know what I'm feeling, and then I study, of course, in addition to all this every day, and have for many years. But this is wishes coming through, and like I said, we have had delays. That is stopping, and I don't know, but I really want to say it has to do with just specifically delays, and if not with your relationship or being able to move forward, or maybe, you know, become engaged or get to the next level. You've got some beautiful, beautiful, magical stuff coming through. And I'm excited to hear that, because we all need it. And I know a lot of people have still been working, and maybe their finances have been good, but many have not. So I don't know where you fall in that category, but money is absolutely coming through. That has to do with Cups, fulfillment, dreams, whatever it may be. Going away together, I feel that's important, and it has to happen, because you need that time, you know, and I don't know that you've had that. And it's good to do now still, because the new moon will happen on the 20th. That's also in Cancer. It was last month in Cancer with the eclipse. But that's about that that beginning, and it could very well be taking, like I said, your relationship to the next step. You've got the Hierophant, which is about marriage and, you know, religious sanction, and yeah, just the normal and proper procedure in how you would do things. It also represents Taurus, which is the grounding and the permanence that's involved. So fantastic. You know, 9, I mean, that's like the ending of one cycle into another, just filled with unlimited possibilities, right? The next category is under the category of love. And you have the 7 of Wands. So yeah, you are defending your position. You're defending your relationship. Like, this is not going anywhere. You're cementing it. You are proud and happy, and you stand higher than everybody. But I feel like the wands are all the achievements you've done, the work you've put down and laid down to be able to make this relationship work, and your lives work, and your home. And you've got absolute outside influences of help and, you know, support. Wow, what a gorgeous reading. I'm feeling really excited and happy for you. I think you've come through the worst, and it's smooth sailing for a while. So, and you know, definitely Aries are some of the most optimistic people I've ever been around, and they are never going to be held down for too long, regardless. So they go through each challenge as an opportunity kind of attitude. So, and they'll help that Libra and if they're a little out of balance, they're going to, you know, you both work really well to help each other and lift each other up. But it's you guys. You're in it. You're in it to win it. And the fire, of course, is the Aries. That's what the wands always represent. And it makes sense, like I said, with the Mars and Aries. I mean, that's completely exalted and comfortable in Aries. Just making sure we don't lose our temper or say something we don't want to say, and the sensitivity of what is still occurring for many reasons. But beautiful. The next category is under the category of finances. And you have the 2 of Swords. And what's interesting about this, and I like, and I enjoy and appreciate, in fact, is that the 2 of Swords represents the air quality. So there you go, Libra. and or Aquarius or Gemini. So you could be involved with somebody having to do with money in that regard. You have somebody helping you, relative, family, you're helping them. But there's a decision to make, and in this card, in my opinion, you have choices. You have two choices how you're going to go, and either one of them is going to be okay. The blindfold is on so that you can go inside and make that decision and know that you'll come up with the right one. You don't have to rush into it this moment, but it does have to do with your finances. So if it's an investment, or wanting to contact someone specifically, or who you want to give money to, you're going to think about it. Could be a couple people, but you're good. You're strong. You feel confident about this decision. And like I said, neither one is incorrect, but it will be a permanent one. It'll be one that you feel was the right one because you've weighed out every situation possible. So you've given it a lot of thought. Anytime you have your element and energy, you have the thought. It's always about trying to work things out and do the strategizing and coming out with the best fair results for everybody involved. So that's really beautiful. And so those are the major energies, and they look and feel absolutely beautiful. And that's so great, because we absolutely need that now. And the next category, like I said, is going to be, this is actually my relaxed deck. Like I said, it's absolutely necessary for all of us to take time to take in deep breaths and just kind of really focus in on what makes us feel good, what makes us feel relaxed, because there's been a lot of unease and confusion, and we want that to stop from the inside out. When we feel good inside, we can emit that to other people. So let me read to you what you have. These beautiful dolphins, very intelligent creatures that can share a lot with us. Swimming with dolphins. In Western society, we often find ourselves trapped by less than ideal circumstances in the pursuit of material goals. For a few moments each day, allow yourself to stop striving and free yourself from worry. Envision yourself swimming with a school of dolphins in the warm waters of the South Seas, and show the dolphins' wonderful sense of freedom. And share the dolphins' wonderful sense of freedom as they leap playfully in and out of the waves. I literally am feeling emotional, because just that sense of freedom and fun, which I think a lot of us lose and have lost. And just even if you can only envision it, some people actually do this. I would love to swim with the dolphins. It will free you up to really enjoy not only yourself more, but your love and your relationships, We all need to feel that way, and we can do that by believing and allowing ourselves to have fun and take that time for ourselves. And the next category is under, like I said, the wisdom of the hidden realms. Sister of the seasons, cycles of growth, natural law, divine order. Number 17, and 1 and 7 is an 8 in numerology, and that is the power, abundant, and prosperous number. It is phenomenal, and it's for you too. So, and it's looking as though that's been the case, and I'm sure is well-deserved and waited for. So let me read to you what that has to say specifically for your message from the beautiful book. And 17, yeah. Never go wrong in gambling. If you want to do 17, it's going to come out for you. When the sisters of the seasons meet you on your path, they remind you that everything has a natural rhythm that obeys a higher law. Just as the seasons magically pass, be reminded that the nature of birth, growth, harvest, and decay cannot be altered. So if you keep on your path with determination and discernment, allowing for natural course of events to unfold, success is assured. It might be a little more. Yep. Divine appropriate timing is guiding your desires into perfect manifest form. This is a very good period to start new things. Absolutely. As you've moved out of winter into beginning of spring and so forth, continue with patience and be aware of the rhythms of your opportunities. There will be periods when things slow down and begin anew, more into fruition, and then slow down again in never-ending natural flow. Be mindful of which sister greets you, for she points directly at the next. Every moment counts now. Yeah. I don't remember reading this one, not for a long time, and it's a relatively new deck, but it's so powerful, and I hope that makes you feel as good as it makes me feel delivering it to you. It's powerful, powerful stuff. And then last but not least, which I absolutely love, it's so synchronistic. I love the mysteries and the magic that life, offers us. You have divine guidance. Once again, it's always there for us. It's definitely there for you. It's there for you in every aspect of your life. It's there for you in your beautiful connection. And it's there to receive and embrace and give great thanks for. And to remind you that it is there. So I definitely hope you resonate with this, and I'm really happy for your connection. It's a great one. You can work through anything, when that love is there. So thank you so much. If you liked it, please do push the subscribe button or the notification that lets you know when I upload. I have a kitten that I have now, and she's napping. I'm sorry, my last cat was a she, and I still tend to call this one a she. But his name is Clipper, short for Eclipse. And so, yeah, I tend to do the same times each day, but they can differ. And I'd love to have you back. Until next time, though, you take great care. Bye for now.